The cold November breeze whispered through the golden husks of corn and brushed across Clarksville's small-town streets over Iowa's rolling fields. Maddie Poppe stood at the edge of her childhood house, her boots sinking into the soft earth and her breath evident in the morning coolness. At 26, she was formed by the world beyond these plains, but bound to them in a deep and unavoidable way. In a few weeks, she would return to Iowa as the headliner of her night out in Dubuque, a celebration of women, music, and community. It was a homecoming, but also a full-circle event that followed her dreams from a small-town stage to American Idol and back. Maddie's story began in Clarksville, a tiny town with 1,500 people. Her earliest memories were of her father's guitar and bluegrass twang while she and her sister sang Christmas carols for their grandparents. "I didn't know it then," she said, "but that's where it all started, those little moments of singing with my family." She was bashful and preferred playing the ukulele in her bedroom over being in the spotlight. She was drawn to talent showcases and farmers markets by music, where her delicate, narrative voice caught attention. Iowa shaped her in ways she didn't realize until she left. People waved from porches, the sky was endless, and dreams felt vast and close. She brought that with her when she auditioned for The Voice at 18, a nerve-wracking fall to rejection when no chairs turned. It hurt but strengthened her. 2 years later, in 2018, she sang Rainbow Connection before the American Idol judges, Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan, with sensitivity that Richie called a storyteller. Maddie's life changed when they said yes that night. Her debut album is called Whirlwind after winning American Idol Season 16. She appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live, toured with Ingrid Michaelson, and saw Made You Miss and Not Losing You chart. Nashville, a city full of music and ambition, became her new home, yet Iowa's stillness never left her. "I'm so grateful for all the doors American Idol opened," she said in an email years later, humbled by the fact that the Clarksville youngster had made it that far. "I always dreamed of doing what I do now as a kid." However, the trip wasn't all fun. She rapidly discovered that the music industry was full with demands and compromises. After Whirlwind, she left her label during the pandemic, which may have broken her. Instead, it released her. She colored her hair black, a symbolic reset, and concentrated on new tracks like the soulful One That Got Away, which moved away from her folk roots to something more edgy. She told Pople, "I needed to love what I was putting out," and that guided her. As she prepared for her night out, Maddie felt Iowa's pull stronger than ever. The November 21, 2024 engagement at Dubuque's Five Flags Center wasn't just another gig. It was an opportunity to stand before the fans who had supported her from the start, those who had packed the Butler County Fairgrounds in 2018 for her Idol homecoming performance. "I'm always happy to come home to performing Iowa, mostly because of the people," she remarked, beaming. "They're engaged and supportive. I feel like they've always supported me." Her night out promises a small show with her originals and possibly a holiday song from her 2020 EP, Christmas from Home. Besides music, the evening celebrated women with local merchants, a fashion show, and a buffet dinner. Empowerment and connection were Maddie's favorite parts. "I think it's so important that we keep supporting each other," she remarked, echoing the event's spirit. She performed in a room full of laughing and chatter, where Nashville attire, cowboy boots and fringe, earned you a reward and the crowd felt like family. Maddie pictured her life's circle in Clarksville that November morning. From the sitting room where she found her voice to Hollywood and Nashville to Iowa, it felt like a story coming to a logical end or new beginning. She thought about how she had changed from the child who hesitated at that first talent contest to the woman who followed her sound. Iowa gave her roots and wings. Maddie played her guitar as the sun rose, turning the plains gold. She was experimenting with a new melody about returning to yourself, not just to a place. She decided to play it at her night out as a present to those who never gave up on her. "I'm very thankful for all the love and support," she whispered. "I'm glad we made this Iowa thing happen." In Dubuque, she performed as Maddie, Clarksville's daughter and Iowa's daughter. A lady who had journeyed far yet found home was never far away. The circle closed and opened again, continually carrying her onward into the next thing. For now, she had a night of music, a room full of ladies, and the quiet pride of returning to where it all started.